Hello, welcome to Retirement Bliss TV and the first in our educational video series on how the new Healthcare Act is going to impact you beginning in 2014. Hi, my name's Kurt Jackson with KJ Financial in Liberty, Missouri. You know, when people ask me what I do, it's a little difficult to give them a quick, easy answer. Essentially, what I do is help people with just about everything surrounding their money. I'm a money guy, but most importantly, I'm a safe money guy. All the financial tools and financial strategies I use are designed to help you keep more of your money, protect what you have, safely grow what you have, safely minimize your taxes, safely boosting your retirement income while guaranteeing it for the rest of your life, maybe even having money magically appear if you need it for long-term care, and then having money to leave a legacy to your loved ones if you so desire. I realize it sounds like a lot, and it really is, because money encompasses so much of your life now and in the future. Now, why is what I do important to you? Well, you know what I'm really good at is analyzing systems and figuring out how to work within them to keep you from losing money, and I end up greatly benefiting people like you once you become clients. The most recent system that I've been analyzing is the new Healthcare Act, okay, and how it's going to impact people like you and me. In March 2010, the Patient Protection and Affordable Health Care Act, also known as PPACA, ACA, or Obamacare, was signed into law. Throughout my videos here, I'm going to refer to it by its most popular names, Obamacare or ACA. Look, I'm not here today to talk about the politics or the constitutionality of this. I'm here to talk a little bit about what it is, but more about what it will do to you, to me, and to everybody. Now, officially, it starts January 1, 2014, but you're going to start hearing more about it come October 1st of this year, when the exchange is open. Now, while the Supreme Court essentially ruled it was okay to implement ACA because it is a tax, this act is not really so much a tax issue or even a health insurance issue. It is, however, most certainly a health care access issue. And hopefully as you watch our video series on Obamacare, you'll begin to understand why it is a health care access issue for you. To give you an idea of what we're facing and why this is a health care access issue, let's imagine you've had a vacation planned for January 1st, 2014 at Disney World in Orlando. But after you'd already made the promise to your kids and you bought your non-refundable tickets, Disney World announced that they were giving 3 million free passes to people living in Florida that have never been able to afford to go to Disney World, so they can now go. Then Disney World, to help offset the cost to do this, decided they begin to cut how much they were paying their employees. And then when the employees found out about this, a bunch of them decided they weren't making enough and quit. Then Disney World couldn't find new employees to replace them because of the new working conditions. That's not a good situation. But since you had already made the promise to your kids and you bought those non-refundable tickets, you realized that you had to go. Well, what would happen to your experience there? Would the lines to the rides be longer, so you have to wait longer? Would you be able to ride all the rides that you wanted to ride? Would you miss out on rides or shows or foods or treats, those types of things? What would the quality of the experience be? Would it be as good? You know, Disney World would still be there. The rides are still there, the shows, but you would have limited access. And you know those express passes you can buy at the amusement park so you don't have to wait in lines? Well, Disney World couldn't sell those to you. So even if you could afford them, you're going to have the same experience all the rest of the people there have. Even if that means that you can't ride that ride that you absolutely needed to ride. That's what our healthcare system is going to look like when we put upwards of 30 million new people into the system. Okay? First and foremost, that means that what you're used to when you get healthcare is going to be totally different after Obamacare is implemented. I'm going to try to hit on how it's going to be different, what's going to be different as we go through this video series. Are you expecting your employer will provide health insurance to you under Obamacare? You know, the number one misconception about ACA, about 95% of the American population thinks that everyone's going to get free or greatly reduced health insurance coverage, mainly through their employer. Nothing could be further from the truth. The original design of this bill was to make health insurance more available to everyone, make health insurance more affordable for everyone, make access to quality medical care more accessible to everyone, and slow down and control the rising cost of medical care. Of those four goals, from all I can find, it would appear that only one will actually come to fruition, and that is making health insurance available to everyone. That doesn't mean everyone will have it, just that it's going to be available. Look, in my opinion, and the opinion of my learned colleagues, This bill will dramatically increase the cost of insurance for those that pay for it, will cause millions of Americans who are currently covered by an employer-sponsored plan to have to purchase overpriced health insurance in 2014 or pay a fine. It's going to decrease medical care for everyone. It'll decrease the quality of medical care for seniors and Medicaid patients. It's going to cause millions of Americans to lose their job. It's going to put thousands of businesses out of business, and it's going to cause the cost of just about everything we pay for to increase in price. How's it going to impact the healthcare industry? Well, let's start out with one of the biggest goals of this plan, and that's to reduce utilization. Utilization means using services. Obamacare wants to reduce the amount of medical services we use and medical providers use on us. When people don't go to the doctor as much and stay out of the hospital, they use the services less. If we use services less, it costs less. So now you can see one of the reasons that the health insurance field was behind Obamacare, the lure of lower costs. The framers of Obamacare think that medical providers overutilize services to make more money. I guess that might be the case, but could it also be that medical providers are trying to keep from getting sued for malpractice, for not doing everything they could to help a patient? Wouldn't it have been maybe more prudent to also offer tort reform to minimize the cost of making that mistake? And tort reform is nowhere to be found in Obamacare. But there's also a guaranteed cap on utilization. So while the insurance companies have to insure everyone, not everybody has a guarantee that they can actually use their coverage. Many doctors have already seen what Obamacare is going to do to their business, and they've either cut their staff, retired early, or gone out of business altogether. A recent estimate says that they think we're going to have a shortage of 60,000 doctors in 2015. Remember those staff walkouts I talked about at Disney World? You've also heard that this is going to ration care. Look, the doctors aren't going to have government telling them what they can and can't do, but they do have an oversight body that looks at how much doctors spend on each patient. And if that doesn't meet with what the Department of Health and Human Services has decided is the right amount, the doctors has decided what the right amount is, okay, the doctors are going to get their reimbursement rates cut even more. So they may not be able to run the right amount of tests that they feel they need to run to decide what's wrong with you. Obamacare also forbids any insurance company from reimbursing a medical provider unless the plan is qualified under Obamacare and has all the essential benefits. Obamacare also prohibits doctors from providing care for an extra fee to those that are insured with qualified Obamacare plans. So, if you want a knee replacement that the Department of Health and Human Services has determined that you didn't need, you can't use your insurance and pay extra cash for them to do it. Now, it's my understanding if you don't try to use your insurance, including Medicare, at all, you could have it done on your dime or with the help of other supplemental policies that do not meet the qualifications of a qualified plan under Obamacare. You'll discover throughout this presentation, all these videos, that I'm going to talk about supplemental plans. From what I've seen, I truly believe they're going to be the wave of the future. If my Disney World example didn't describe well enough, let's try this one. Essentially, we're putting between 20 and 30 million new drivers on the road and at the same time closing many major highways. That can't be good for getting access to the roads. So a huge concern will be your access to this new healthcare system. It may be best to try to find new roads that others aren't yet aware of. Why is it going to cost more? I know I can't just leave that out there without some explanation. The thought is that insurance companies will be getting upwards of 30 million new paying customers, so they'll be able to reduce their premiums. The problem is that they're going to have to do things that they've never had to do before. Insurers have to take everyone, no matter their health status. The industry calls this guaranteed issue. Now, health insurance companies have done guaranteed issue on big employer group plans, which is why group plans typically are more expensive. The difference is that they were able to cut costs by covering less or having the insured share in the cost through copays, co-insurance, deductibles, and higher out-of-pocket limits. So requiring insurers to offer guaranteed issue means higher costs. Insurance companies have to remove the caps on how much they'll pay. Now, this is good for those that need those high caps, but it's going to cost the insurance companies more. Now, who do you think they're going to pass that cost on to? The only way that insurance companies can charge you a higher premium is for age and if you use tobacco. They can't increase premiums if you're overweight or have had cancer, heart attack, or other high-risk things that you may have. So this is going to cost the insurance companies more. They have to insure you, and they can't charge you more for that increased risk. Who do you think is going to bear this cost? The essential benefits clause makes insurance companies now have to fully cover certain things that they may have previously had a copay for, or co-insurance or deductible, to help keep costs lower for those that didn't need those essential benefits. So even though I'm a single male, my kids are on my ex's health insurance right now, all right? I will be required to have maternity care on my insurance policy. All qualified policies do. I realize that these are all things as a consumer that we want, but if you're the insurance company and you had to offer them, you need to find a way to pay for them, and that's going to be through higher premiums, or you're going to go out of business. Imagine this. Car insurance is required, okay? If you're a bad driver with tickets or wrecks, you might pay more, right? Many can't even get insurance due to multiple tickets, accidents, and such. Imagine if everyone now can get car insurance for the same premium. The insurance company can no longer charge those higher risk drivers with a higher premium. Now assume you have a spotless driving record, no wrecks, and you've earned the lowest possible premium. But now they're letting everyone have insurance. Do you think your premium would go up, down, or stay the same? They're going to go up, right? Now, look, my research shows me the three biggest things that Obamacare is going to do is increase the cost of your health care, increase the cost of your health insurance, and greatly reduce your access to health care. Remember that Disney World example. Do you want to wait weeks for an appointment? Do you want to wait in the doctor's office all day hoping to get your sick kid or you in to see the doctor? Remember my 30 million more cars on the highway example, where I suggested we need to find alternative roads to the major freeways to access health care. All right. That pretty much gives you a basic overview of what's going to happen with Obamacare, and it gives us a foundation to go into more detail on how it's going to impact seniors, individuals, as well as their families and businesses. Look, I encourage you not only to check out the video that mostly impacts you, but check out all three of those. It's going to help you better understand the totality of the impact Obamacare is going to have on all of us. Hey, look, thanks for taking time to join us here at Retirement Bliss TV. You're going to find that all our other videos in this constantly growing library are over on the right side of the screen. Feel free to check out any and all videos to see more of how I dissect systems for your benefit. And if you like what you find there, please share with the Retirement Bliss TV YouTube channel with your friends and family. This information is information all of us need to know. If at any time you have specific questions or would like to see what we can do for you in your personal situation, please call me at the number or contact me at the number or email that's listed on the screen. I'll be more than happy to help you address your concerns and questions. Okay. At the end of all these videos, I do kind of have a solution video that shows you a little bit more, kind of tries to put things together. The problem is, if you want a solution for you, you're going to have to talk to someone like me that's knowledgeable that can do this for you. Okay. All right. Until then, hey, I hope you have a great day and a better tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in.